There we go. Everyone is going to have a snazzy suit. This is the dapperest colony, even if it's the not the coldest one. Right? Mop that, please and thank you. Oh, no. Oh, yes, that would cause a problem, wouldn't it? Poop. Time to break that down. Good, you finished the job down here. Excellent work. Like that done now is at priority 8 as well, so that we can at least get this thing to start pumping over into this system. And it's not ideal, but it'll do. I'm going to need to... Actually, you know what? Let me just take that up and across. That'll be a lot easier. I need to start breaking down all these bloody pipes. There are far, far too many, and some of them are made of tungsten, and I want that. There we go. In fact, almost all of this can be taken. In fact, all of this can be taken out. And it'll make this place so much cleaner to operate in. Oh, that was a mistake. Right, I'm going to give this to you as a 7. Actually, no. Yeah, it's a 7 for such a big job. Just take that and do it when you can. Two things are overheating now. Yeah, the liquid pump is still... Oh, well done. You've already got the copper tiles done. Thermal conductivity, 60. Very nice. Ah, damn it. I took away those ladders way too soon. Of course I did. Things can't be easy. That should be high enough, though, to be able to fix it. Thinking about it, so I shouldn't need too much more with that. I will still have these as 8s. Thank you. Well done, Longhoff. Eventually, we'll replace... Oh, should I replace all of this with granite? How much granite have I got? I've got enough to do quite a lot of it, yeah. It's not as useful as making all of that out of temp shift plates, though. What was that temp shift plate made out of? Yeah, it was granite as well. Sure, we've got enough to do it. This is an exorbitantly expensive room. Not just in materials, but in the amount of time it's going to take to do that. But that is a job that doesn't need to be done on a 7. This is a job that can absolutely be done on a 6. Over time, this room will get better. That's all I needed to do. Now, the final part of this puzzle is getting the coolant into this system is a problem. I have to have a way of delivering the coolant up here from elsewhere. I suppose, whilst water's coming through here, I could have petroleum come through here instead. Should probably insulate it. It's going to be very warm when it arrives. I'm going to need to give it power as well, which is a pain in the bum. But this is realistically one of the best places to do that. That being said, I could carve out a little spot down here. Oh, yeah, I actually like that idea. We are going to carve out a little tiny spot here where we're going to break it off. We will need a liquid reservoir. It doesn't strictly need to be a steel one, but there's no particular reason not to make it a steel one. And this loop will feed into it. Actually, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll draw it out over here. 1, 2, 3. Entry point to the system will have to exist here, so I'm going to need to delete this tile briefly. Now, the reason why I want this is again, I like having a little bit of a buffer in a tank. One, so I can automatically fill it up if I need to. Two, so that the tank can smooth out the temperature differences. Uh-oh, it's mid down here, but I just noticed you're strafing. Guess sleep can wait. It depends what you got going on, Oak. Have you got, like, work or anything on a Saturday? Mind you, you could be one of these people who just has a good relationship with sleep. Here I am talking about, oh, well, you know, what are you got to do tomorrow? You don't have to have anything to do tomorrow. Maybe you just want to sleep. There we go, very nicely done. Right, time for me to turn on all sweeping again and do a bit of sweeping. Get all that out of the place if we can. Now, one of the things that I've realized, based on some of the stuff that I've been working on in today's stream, is the way that these interact. When there's already a full packet here, half of that packet will move across. I thought it would stop for some reason. I was always using bridges to create an effect that it seems that the game just has naturally. Get a bit of a derp for that one, but it's very useful info all the same. Okay, so the massive liquid in the system now is above the point of boiling water, which is very nice to see. There must not be power in the system for them to be able to get up here. That's annoying. Oh well. Just needed to get this place cleared out mostly. Hey, Casa, how you doing, sweetie? So, if we plan out our reservoir, we don't need it to be steel, but it needs to be more than 75 realistically. So I guess it is going to be steel. I could have this supply under here. In fact, I like that idea. Let's cancel this little area and instead dig across. So there. I would actually like this to be further down. If I'm going to build it, I may as well build it 4 tiles different. But it would have fit there so well. This little nook. It would have been glorious. Because then I could have double insulated floor and it would all look like I planned it from the beginning, which I did not. That's what makes it so much fun. Okay, let's get this happening quickly then. And on this side, I'd need a liquid valve. I'm not sure that this one would need steel, realistically speaking, but I'm going to make it out of steel anyway. Just because. Right, we're going to cancel this part for now until we've isolated all of this. There we go. Don't need that happening just yet. There we go, thank you. Now, all I want that to do is swing across. Steel liquid reservoir. Live there. And finally, do we have a flow direction? Yes, we do. We have a flow direction. Good, good, good. Alright. And I can exit out there. This will be a vacuum. Things in here. Ooh. Does anything in here overheat? Ah. Damn it. Ah, but it doesn't generate heat, which is fine. It'll never handle temperatures higher than oh, what are you up to? Higher than 250, so it's perfectly okay. Aavak, get Caster a bubble wrap suit. Did you know that future bubble wrap isn't going to pop? Can't remember where I saw that, but it disgusted me. It's like, what is even the point of bubble wrap that doesn't pop? It already exists. It's awful. Sounds like heresy to me. I guess I'll take brine. I've got the cursed thing in 2 packages already. Oh. You have my deepest sympathies. I'm just waiting for the dupes right now to finish building this up. Which they're actually getting to reasonably quickly, I suppose. Right, I'm going to want this to be dropped down to 500. And hopefully this will mean that it can input a decent amount into the system without stopping completely stopping the flow of the rest of the system. If I ever need to come back in here, I can later on. No! Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Food is decayed. Oh. I didn't quite mean for that, but okay. That's been a long time since I've seen that going on. My goodness. Some iron ore down here I could grab, I suppose. But mostly I want the coal. Right. I should have been resetting all this, really. Because I considering I only turned it off because I wasn't going to be at the controls, making sure that people weren't dumb. Not that I'm not dumb myself. Dunk. Yeah. What am I? What? No. Why am I making all these ladders out of granite like an idiot? Making out sandstone, the stuff I've got bajillions of. Oh Lord. This can be a fairly easy task for the builders, though. They can get to this when they can, rather than right now. I don't need it done particularly quickly. And that's why I'm building on a priority 7. Oh my god. Let's drop that down to priority 6. Stunk. Alright. And then we'll start properly excavating it a bit more. This hasn't been done in a while. I do want this done now. The plus side, though, we are... Ooh, yeah, hurting for power, actually. Always hurting for power, to be fair. On the plus side... No, there is no plus side. We have no power. Actually, on the plus side... Hooray! We managed to get all the way through and get that gas vent going. That is a plus side, actually. In fairness, that did well. Now, I'm going to have to bring over... hydrogen to fill this room to get the correct temperatures. That door, again, has to stay simply so that it keeps the power room at the right shape. Rather, the right cavity inside. Amazing girl. That sound when Aavak makes when he thinks something has gone wrong. Kata can confirm he does this in real life too. Yeah, it's not put on for show. I have a lot of weird sounds that I make when I think things have gone wrong. Many, many, many of them. Right, can we, please, and indeed thank you. You know what? I could leave this ladder there and then just seal that room, but that would annoy me. That would annoy me. How do I get away from that, though? I don't, I think. Regrettably. I don't think I get away from it. No, I know what we do. I build in from the other side. I temporarily break this wall so that I can get in and clear out all of the mess, and then slip away like a thief in the night. Perfect. And the cunning plan comes full circle. Okay, I think now we've got everything in here that we need. Let's have a quick rundown. Make sure that we do, because once I seal this, I don't ever want to have to come back in here. So let's run down the way things work. Power-wise, power spine, connection, complete. Nothing else in here needs power. Okay, that uses a lot. That uses tiny amounts, but it's all on a heavy watt wire that is going to be able to pull gigantic amounts of energy, and it will deposit this into the main spine eventually. Second, is it fully insulated? It will be when that's closed. Yes, yes, yes. Power can move through. Yeah. Okay, same with this, fully insulated. Automation. This is controlling that. I can change the condition here. The main thing is that just to make sure that it's connected. It is connected. This is all the way over here and controls the input of extra water. This thermosensor. If there's less than 1 kilo of gas, let's make that 10 kilos of gas. 20 kilos of gas. There's less than 20 kilos of gas in here. I want to bring in more. More water to get more gas. This hydro sensor, however, if there's more than 500... let's make that more than 50 kilos. I could just have this as... if there is above 50 kilos, send a green... No, send a... so send a... green signal only if it's below. Why am I altering this? Why am I knotting that then? This should, in fact, be both of these things true. If there's less than 20 kilos of steam, and there is also above 50 kilos of water... sorry, if there's more than 20 kilos of steam, or there's more than 50 kilos of water, it shouldn't allow more water into the system. So that we've caught a problem there. Good. This is why we're doing this. Good, good, good. Copper wire, please. All the way across. Now delete these ones, like so. Make that a super high priority. Now. We'll do another run on this one once it's complete. But in theory, this is an AND gate, so this needs to be true. This needs to be true. This is only true if there's not enough gas pressure in here. This is only true if there is a below 50 kilos of water. So there's not enough water pressure in here. That will activate the AND gate. The AND gate will activate the fluid valve, which will allow prioritized water to enter the system. So new water gets pumped in. That water will first fill the liquid lock because it is essential. Much more essential than this having extra water, that this doesn't break. Once that is in there, runs down. I am sorely tempted though to have this as oil instead, because although this should never be 100 degrees, what if it is and it flashes this to steam? Oh, Drilltooth, I fear I'm reaching the limit of my conscious time. I'm sorry. Also, hello, Jiggly God Nim. How you doing? The problem is there's so much oil required to do that, and I don't ever want that room rising above 100 degrees. It should realistically keep quite cool. Filling this with oil would be a fail-safe. I guess the way I have to consider it is I have to measure it against the idea of, if this broke, how upset would I be? How much effort would it be for me to fix it? The answer is a great deal of effort, actually. Because if this water flashes into steam, I need to pump that steam out. Well, wait. No, the steam will condense the moment it gets in there into water. I can just mop the water up. No, we're fine. We're fine. Don't need to cancel that. It'll just mean that I'll need a little bit of extra water in here, but that would be a fail state that this should avoid ever happening, because this should keep this room below 50 degrees. Okay, so that should be okay. That should be okay. Belial, I dislike the water locks that don't make sense. That's how a water lock would work in real life, to certain degrees. Let me quickly show you what I mean that I don't like. I've done this a few times, but I'm always happy to show you a little bit more. This is the type of water lock that I feel is just cheating. It's just abusing the fact that the game, in order to not break everyone's computer, doesn't simulate proper pressures. 3 grams of water here. Now, this is a 1 meter square. 3 grams of water here. 1,000 kilos of oxygen here. 20 million kilos of carbon dioxide over here. 3 grams of water in this tile would be enough to prevent these two gases ever coming into contact with each other. Even though this is a meter square area, 3 grams of water, because the game does not simulate gases and liquids mixing, because there is a different element in this tile, no other element can ever be there. So that's enough to completely stop it. 3 grams there and like a little bit of water across there, it stops it. Most people don't fill this. If they did, I'd have less issue with it. But most people don't. They'll just put a tiny amount there, enough to create basically a seal. But the pressure would never really do anything. These locks, like this lock down here, this is oil. This is crude oil. There is thousands of kilos of crude oil in here. Like, I'm really quite thousands of kilos of crude oil. So we've got 10,000 there, 18,000 and a bit, going on 20,000 kilos. So we've got 20 tons of crude oil in this water lock. It's a wonder that the dupes can even move through this liquid. But this to me makes a lot more sense. No, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome, mate. I don't mind explaining it, because I realize that this is the meta. Using those kinds of water locks is the meta. So a lot of people are like, well, why are you doing it that way when you could just make this? And that's why. It's because I don't like the cheese element of it. This is how a water lock realistically works in real life, and they do have them in certain places. Water, like liquids in general, but water is what quite often used. Why it's called a water lock. Have a lot of other properties that are particularly good. You know, they stop atmospheric interaction. They are a basic system. So whilst it has a fail state of if it boils, then it boils away, but you don't need power to operate it. If you had some sort of airlock with pumps and things, you have a power outage, then that is no longer a pristine environment. You have to, the moment you have to, use a crowbar to pry open the airlock door, well, you've just let whatever was on the other side escape. So quite often they use this kind of stuff in places where what's on the other side isn't like pressure, but it can never, ever, ever be allowed out of that room. We're talking like weaponized viruses and stuff like that. The kind of stuff that, it's there because we're humans, okay? Almost to a person, scientists don't stop to ask if they should. They just wonder if they can. But there are places where you would use something like a water lock to avoid things like that. The other stuff it has is that, in fact, radiation is pretty good, because like there's quite a lot of radiation that like an inch thick piece of lead wouldn't stop, that water will. It's an interesting thing, but they are a real thing. It's just I tend not to like them because of the cheese factor. Right, can we get all of that swept out, please? Sorry for pausing everything there. I have curiosity if there are any scientists in chat right now, or after the fact, if there are any scientists watching this on in the VODs and happen to work with, for example, experiments with nuclear reactors and radiation experiments and stuff like that. Do let me know if you've ever had a water lock in that situation. If you've actually ever worked in a lab, obviously don't give me any details that I shouldn't know, but just a yes, no sort of thing, because it's always an interesting thing. And if this kind of water lock where you go down and up is how it would work, or whether there would be more horizontal traversal. Still waiting on this, though. Unreachable build? What? What? Oh. Oh! Yes. My bad. Let me fix that. I am a derp. I do like that they can pop out of that, though. That's pretty cool. What's having overheat damage here? Don't tell me it's hot enough in here that it's melting the steel grooming station. That can't be true. I'm going to shut down auto repair there. What's breaking? I don't know. Can you sweep that? Because I think that might be what's causing weirdness for me. Also, let's get this moving. Come on. Ooh, we're getting there. Close to it now, peeps. We're creeping ever closer. What did I do? The door is overheating. Yeah, I know. But I'm not repairing the door. I'm intentionally not repairing it. It must have just been... I just not noticed that the overheat damage keeps popping up. Because it's like... It can't possibly be more damage than it is. I have not repaired it since it broke.